So in this tutorial, we have actually 4 problems. They are one of the simplest problems actually. So let's start. Okay. In this tutorial, so let me begin with some few equations. Okay. So this is a famous equation TL by D. Oh, I have not been writing, so that's why my handwriting has become bad. So this is after long break. Okay, I'm taking tutorial. Okay, this is one equation. Okay, this equation you will be studying. It's called Euler-Lagrange equation. Then one more equation I will be writing: I H cross del psi by dt is equal to minus H cross square by twice n d2 psi by dx square plus v psi. This is does anybody know what is the name of this equation?
Schillingwill.
This is Schrodinger
Schrodinger's
equation.
equation.
Yeah,
Schrodinger.
Schrodinger equation. And one more equation, let me write. These two equations you will be studying thoroughly in quantum in PH 101, and this one you will learn in PH 102. Okay. This is called, anybody knows this equation? Okay, this is called Poisson's equation. This you will be learning in PH 102. These two you will be learning in PH 101. So what is the common thing in these three equations? Anybody can guess what is the common thing? Of course, it's in physics.
Partial derivatives.
Yes, partial derivative. That's why you have been given with so many partial derivatives in first problem. Okay. So main thing is, if you know how to find partial derivative, you are
भैया
one
भैया
step. हाँ बोलो.
can I ask something?
Yeah, पूछो.
What have you written before del psi by dt in the second equation?
I H cross d psi by d. Yeah,
Okay,
del
okay,
psi by d.
okay.
Okay. You don't have to write down all these things. You will be learning them slowly. I'm just starting with. Okay. So main thing is we have to know how to find partial derivative. And I am sure that you have done so many partial derivatives during your preparation for JEE Advanced and JEE Main. Okay. So anybody tried tutorial one
Rajnathan,
first problem?
sorry to interrupt. I'm afraid if they are partial derivative involved. Is there anyone can confirm that? Have you done any partial derivative during your JE preparation?
Yes, so there was a chapter regarding it.
Sir, I did.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Only a
Absolutely.
bit, but
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Oh, I see. I then okay. So we thought you haven't passed through that. So that's okay. Fine. Okay, a little. Very good. That's a nice answer. Okay. Thanks, Rajnathan. Sorry, I had this doubt. So
Okay. So the first problem we are given with is f of. I will anyways try to solve everything. You also cooperate with me. And if you have any confusion or doubt, please stop me and ask. Okay. So the first question is, let me write 4x cube y square. We will go slowly. E to the power z y to the power 4 plus z cube by x square plus 4y minus x cube. So this f is a function of x, y, and z. Okay. So we are supposed to find the partial derivative with respect to x. The symbol you can write it as x as a subscript, and this you can write as del f by del x. It means except for the variable x, all other variables you can take it as constant. Okay, y and z you can keep it as constant. You have to differentiate f with respect to x. Anyway, I want to know how many of you have tried tutorial 1. Can you guys raise your hand if you have solved tutorial 1? All the problem at least you have attempted. Okay. Oh, oh God. So almost everybody have tried. That's very good. That's very good.
yeah, that sounds very good. Really
Yeah.
appreciated.
Yeah. So if you actually attend all the classes and all the tutorial sessions, you will perform very well in the exam and you will really learn. Okay, and this tutorial session you will be revising all the stuff whatever you are learning in the class, and we will be trying to discuss all your doubts. Okay, now you can, yeah, let's start again. So df by dx, so here first term x is variable, the rest of the things we can keep it as constant, we can treat as constant, and d of x cubed by x will be equal to 3x squared, right? If anyone has confusion, please let me know. Yeah, next, e to the power z, we can treat it as constant, again constant, this term will give us 0, plus z cube is constant, and this one, so this will be d dx of 1 by x squared, so which will be nothing but, let me write from the very beginning, then I will start making it fast. So this will be minus 2x to the power minus 2 plus 1, right? Is it fine?
So by a bracket would be there, no?
Yeah. Yeah. So this will be minus 2 by x cube. Thank you. So this will be minus 2 by x cube. Again, this one will be 0. Again, this one will be 3x. And this is how you actually find partial derivative. Anybody have any problem finding partial derivative? Can you do for f of y and fz? Anyone having any confusion? कर लोगे ना?
No,
f of y, let me see. F of y will be 4 x cube 2y minus e to the power z 4 y to the power 4 है, that's why it will be 4y cube plus this will be 0 again, this will be 4 again, and this will be 0 again, and that is how you can try for fz. So this was our first problem actually. So any foreign student in this group?
Not here. Not here. These are our EP only.
Okay. So the second problem now. We are given with z is equal to e to the power alpha xy. And we are given that x is also a function of u and v. 5u plus 2v. And y is also a function of u and v. This is given to us. And we are supposed to find what will be dz by dx. Can anybody tell me what will be dz by del z by del x?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
So
Alpha y e to the power alpha x y.
Alpha y e to the power alpha xy. First, it's like e to the power x kind of thing. That's why we write like this, e to the power x. But in place of our x, it is alpha x into y. That's why the constant is taken out. Okay, first part is fine, done. Next is dz by dy. I know you guys can do it, still I am doing it. It will be again simply alpha x e to the power alpha xy. Next is little bit complicated. You have to find del z by del u. For this, we have a, now see, because z is directly not depending on u, but it's depending on x and y, but x and y are depending on u and v directly. So that's why we have to use chain rule. So we will be writing z is function of x. So let us write del z by del x into del x by del u, because if you cancel them, it will become del z by del u, right? But z is also function of y, so that's why we have to take care of that part also. Del z by del y. So this will be now del y by del u. Okay, please check if this line is correct or not.
Yes, sir.
Anybody have any confusion? How to write? You have to find del z by del x. So every time eventually should give del z by del u. Del z by del u, del y get cancelled. And this z is only function of x and y. That's why we have written x and y. If there is one more term, suppose t, then we have to write del z by del t as well. Okay. Now, this term you already know. It's already found. This term you already know. Del x by del u you have to find. Del x by del u. You can simplify. It will be equal to 5. And del z by del y you need to know. So from here, it will be 1 by, sorry, this is del y by del u. Okay. So you just substitute these values here and you will end up with del z by del u. Similarly, you can find del z by del v. Can somebody tell me how to write del z by del v?
The final form, Bhaiya, or the starting one?
Like the one I wrote here.
In place
Del-
of you have to write V.
In place of u, we have to write v. Exactly, yes. In place of u, we have to write v. Okay, next, C. Third problem is given as z is equal to p square q plus 1 divided by t cube plus pq e to the power 2p plus 3q plus 4t. And given that p and q are actually function of time. So p is a function of time and q is also function of time. We are supposed to find what is z dot. Okay. So z dot is basically time derivative of z. This is the definition of dot. Okay. Now this is called total derivative dz by dt. It's not partial. Okay. Now we have to write dz by dt in terms of p, q, and t. So how to write that? Anyone?
By
Sir,
chain rules.
LZ,
हाँ बोलो सर नहीं बोलो यार से भैया
LZ,
ज्यादा फील आता है हाँ
LZ over del P
हाँ
into dP over dt
ओके
plus del
Nice.
Z over Q into
del z
dQ
by
over-
dq
into dQ
by
dt plus
good.
del Z over del T.
del p
Del Z over del T.
t oh अच्छा मैंने पहले ही लिख दिया है सॉरी हाँ I have written at the first t
Oh,
only
okay. So del Z over del P over dP over dt.
okay now you check dt can get cancelled it will give del z by del t dq can get cancelled dz by dt del z by dp get cancelled del z by del t it will look like this. Now see this dt and dt are same right this will give 1 so we don't have to write this part. So it z dot can be written as del z by del t plus del z by del q. Now q is only a function of time. Okay, it's given in the question. So you can write if q is only a function of time, then this can be written as you can also write it as dq by dt because q is only a function of time. So that's why you can simply replace that factor with q dot. So you will be having del z by del t plus del z by del q q dot plus del z by del p p dot. It's fine. Now to how to find del z by del t you know, how to find del z by del q you know, how to find del z by del p you know. So this is how you have to find any total derivative. Anyone having some confusion, please raise your hand or let me know. You can unmute yourself and ask me.
Ashwin, you raised the hand, Ashwin. Can you clarify your doubt? You don't need to raise, just you can, otherwise you lower your hand. Thank you. If you don't have doubt, you can lower, otherwise you can just unmute it. That's the idea behind it. Here, be comfortable to do that.
Mhm. So any more? So can we move to second problem?
Sure, Bhaiya.
Okay. So the second problem is a particle moves in a plane with constant radial velocity r dot. So r dot is given as constant to be this 4 meter per second. Angular velocity is also constant and has magnitude theta dot to be equal to 2 radian per second. So when the particle is at a distance 3 meter from the origin, an angle pi by 4 from the x-axis, we are supposed to find velocity, acceleration, and x and y component of them. Okay. So we are given it r dot theta dot. R is also given to us. Theta is also given to us. Let me write down what we are given it. R dot is given 4 meter per second. Theta dot is given 2 radian per second. So when r is equal to 3 meter and theta is equal to pi by 4, we have to find what is the speed, what is magnitude of acceleration, and what is Vx, Vy, Ax, Ay. This is the question. Okay. So this is a problem from polar coordinate system, right? It's given that the particle moves in a plane with constant radial velocity.
Radian.
So once you have this, once you figure out that it's a problem from polar coordinate system, then you simply write V is equal to r dot r cap plus r theta dot theta cap. I think this has been derived in your class. Is
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, Bhaiya.
Good. And this also you remember. A is equal to, can anybody tell me what is A?
R double dot minus
R
R theta dot square R cap plus 2 R dot theta dot plus R theta double dot theta cap.
Good. You have to remember this. Okay. R theta double dot theta. Okay, this is fine. R double dot minus R theta dot square R cap plus 2 R dot theta dot plus R theta double dot theta cap. So once you know these two formula, then you can simply substitute. So V will become R dot is given to you 4 R cap, and R at 3 meter you have to find 3. Theta dot you are given with 2 theta cap. So this is 4 R cap plus 6 theta cap. Okay. So to find speed, how to find speed? By the way, can anybody tell me what is the angle between R cap and theta cap?
90 degrees.
Yeah, they are orthogonal. So because they are orthogonal, we can simply write 4 square plus 6 square. So you can find it. How to find A now? What is R double dot?
0.
R double dot is 0. Why?
Its radial velocity is
Because
constant.
Yeah, radial
R dot
velocity
is
was constant. That's why R double dot will be 0. Good. R is given to us. Theta dot is 2 square R cap plus 2 into 3 into 2. Sorry, 4. This one is 4 plus 3 into theta double dot is how much?
0.
0. बहुत simple है. These questions are very simple. You just have to know this formula and this formula. So this is finally 4 into 3, 12 R cap plus 16 theta cap. Okay. So how to find magnitude of acceleration? It will be simply 12 square plus 16 square. 4 into 3, so we can take 2 out. 3 square plus 4 square. So it's basically 10. 10 into 2. Is it fine? 5 square, 5 into 2. Okay, you find it, how what will be the value. And always write the units, okay? In exam also, don't forget to write the units. Next.
4 will come out as
Yes, sir.
common.
Yeah, 4 will come out. So it will be 20. Next part, we have to find what is Vx and Vy. How to find that? Any
We
suggestion?
have to change
We have to change.
Cartesian coordinate system.
Yes, if you know how to write r cap and theta cap in terms of x cap and y cap, it's done. So how to find? So for that, we need to draw the system again. So this is our Cartesian coordinate system, x, y. So this is, here the particle is at a distance r and angle theta. So r cap will be pointing away from the origin. So this will be along r cap, and theta cap will be along the direction of theta and perpendicular to r cap. So here it will be theta cap, right? So this is theta. This is also theta. So r cap. This is, now see, this one and this one are parallel. So this can be written as x cap and this can be written as y cap. So if you take component of x cap along r cap, it will be x cap cos theta, right? This is angle directly making is theta, plus y cap angle is 90 minus theta. So it will be y cap cos 90 minus theta. So that's why it will be sin theta. So simply r cap can be written as cos theta x cap plus sin theta y cap. Now theta cap you see, theta cap has y cap component directly attached to it, right? Y cap. So it will be y cap cos theta. Now, if you look at the x component, x cap is like this because this is theta. This will be 90 minus theta, x cap sin theta, but in the opposite direction. So that's why it will be minus. So this is how r cap and theta cap are related to x cap and y cap. Anyone have any confusion here?
No, Bhaiya.
Okay, if not, then we can proceed. So you just replace here r cap with this, theta cap with this, and also you are given that the angle is pi by 4. So if you replace them, you will simply have v to be equal to some x cap, something x cap plus something y cap. So x component will be this much and y component will be this much. Similarly, you can do this for acceleration. Okay, you can do it.
Yes.
Yes, we are. So the problems are very simple. You have seen this. Third problem. Particle is moving in a circle with radius r0. Starting from rest, its speed increases at a constant rate of alpha naught. Calculate its acceleration after t0. So it says that it has a radius r0. It started from rest. Its speed is increasing. Okay. Speed increases at the rate alpha 0. And you have to find what is acceleration. So can you tell me what will be the mathematical definition for speed increasing at the rate alpha 0?
A constant tangential acceleration.
Okay, can you tell me what is the mathematical definition of speed?
D mod v by
dx
dt.
by dt.
Okay, one is dx by dt. Somebody said. And okay,
It would be
velocity.
modulus of
Velocity
dx
is
by dt.
given like this, right? This is called velocity.
So, speed is magnitude of velocity.
Exactly. Magnitude of velocity is called speed. So this thing is changing at a rate alpha 0. So that's why we have to write d v by dt to be equal to alpha 0. So don't write like this, okay? dv by dt ka magnitude is not is equal to alpha 0 given to us. This is what is given to us. Okay. Now, so v you know r dot r cap plus r theta dot theta cap. But in this problem, it's given that the radius is constant. So that's why this term will become 0. So simply our speed will become r naught theta dot, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
if you take time derivative of this magnitude, this speed, it will become r naught because it's constant. It becomes this. And this is given us to be equal to alpha 0. So now if you find, what do we need? We need acceleration. Acceleration will be equal to r double dot minus r theta dot square r cap plus 2 r dot theta dot, this formula, plus r theta double dot theta cap. This term is 0. Then this term is 0. We are remaining with only these two. So for that, we have to find theta dot as well. So theta dot, how to find? Theta double dot is equal to alpha naught by r naught. So theta naught will be equal to alpha naught t by r naught plus c, right?
Bhaiya, can we use directly circular motion's concept of v square by r to find angular acceleration here, since radius is constant?
Yeah, you can use them. Yeah. Now, how to find this c? Anyone?
Yeah, at time 0, omega was also 0, theta dot was 0, so c will also be 0.
Exactly. Because it has started from rest, our velocity was initially 0 at t equal to 0. This r theta dot used to be 0. Initially, this is 0. That's why this c has to be 0. Thank you. So once you know this, you are done. This will be r naught. Theta dot you have already found, alpha naught t by r naught whole square r cap plus r naught. Theta double dot you know. Theta double dot is alpha naught by, okay. Done. So if you are supposed to find magnitude of acceleration, what to do? You will simply take this square plus this square, right? Because r cap and theta cap are orthogonal to each other. This is how. So read carefully every time the question, what you are supposed to find, acceleration or magnitude of acceleration. Then accordingly you find. Suppose in the question it is asked that you have to find magnitude of acceleration and you have done up to this, then your marks will be deducted. So be very careful while reading the question. Next.
Bhaiya, I have a doubt.
Bolo.
So we are given that the rate of speed, the rate of change of speed is alpha naught, right? So it basically means that the tangential acceleration will be alpha naught.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also know that since it starts from rest, the velocity will be equal to v times alpha naught t. So we can directly write that the centripetal acceleration would be v square by r naught, which will be alpha naught square t square by r naught. So we could also do it directly, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you can do it directly. Because you have been doing that part in JEE course, this convention is a little bit new to you, right? That's why I am focusing more on this.
Okay,
you can definitely do like that.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Next problem. The last problem. So the trajectory of a particle moving in a plane is given by some equation. R is equal to a theta. This equation is given to us. and the value of A is also given to us. And it's told that theta increases with time according to this relation. Some relation is given. We have to draw the motion qualitatively, and then some other parameter. We have to work with radial acceleration and tangential acceleration. That's it. So the equation given to us is r is equal to a theta, where a is given to us 1 by pi radian. Also theta is given to us.
For
It
t
says
square by
that
2.
2, and it always increases with time. It says. So once you have this, now see. Here, your r is changing with theta, and a is positive. So once you increase theta, your r should also increase. So that's why your motion will look like this. Once you increase the angle, your r should be increasing with it. That is proportional to it. So this motion is called. What is the equation? What is this path? Circle, parabola, hyperbola.
Spiral.
Spiral.
Yes. So it will have spiral movement. So qualitatively, you can understand, right? This particle will move like this. This radius it will increase, keep on increasing. Now, so in next part, we are asked to find when the radial acceleration will become 0. So for that, you know the acceleration formula. It is actually r double. I am writing this again and again so that you can remember this. Plus 2r dot theta dot plus r theta double dot theta. This is called radial acceleration because it's along r cap, and this is called tangential acceleration because it's along theta cap. So we have to simplify r double dot minus r theta dot square should be equal to 0 for this equation. So once you substitute r double dot, it will become a theta double dot minus a theta dot square equal to 0. Simplify it. You will have theta to be equal to 1 by root 2. Okay. In between step, you have to write here theta dot will become alpha t. So theta dot square will become alpha square t square. So this will be basically alpha into alpha t square. If you write it like this, it will become 2 alpha times of theta. Okay. In between step, in place of theta square, you have to write 2 alpha theta. Okay, you can do it, right? Do I need to solve?
No.
Okay. Next part, you are asked to find what will be the Coriolis term. The equation is this. So that Coriolis acceleration is proportional to theta. So this term is actually called Coriolis acceleration. Okay, this term is actually new to you. So is Coriolis will be equal to 2 r dot theta dot. R dot, you know, it's basically a theta dot. 2a theta dot. Again, there was one more theta dot. So this will become 2a theta dot square. And from this theta dot square is 2 alpha theta. 2a alpha theta. So this is how you can prove that this acceleration is proportional to theta. Next part is, at what angle do the radial and tangential acceleration have equal magnitude? So for that, what to do?
Equate r cap and theta cap coefficients.
You are saying this?
Yes.
In question it's written that they have equal magnitude. So that's why you have to put modulus also. Okay, don't forget this. Okay. So that's why it will become r double dot minus r theta dot square is equal to modulus of 2 r dot theta dot plus r theta double dot. You simplify it, substitute it, finally you will be having equation 2 theta square plus minus 5 theta minus 1 equal to 0. Now once you simplify this, you will get this much. This, let me write this value, okay. 5 plus root 33 by 2, 5 minus root 33 by 4, minus 5 plus root 33 by 4, then minus 5 minus root 33 by 4. Now you tell me all these 4 values can be correct, or some of them can be neglected, or some of them are not correct.
First and third will be correct.
First is correct and
Second is correct.
second is correct and
Third. Only third. First and third.
First
Second
First and
is
third,
not
30,
correct.
33 has more magnitude.
And now tell me why this is not correct.
Negative magnitude. Not
Negative.
Why theta cannot be negative?
Because
reacting
it's
modulus.
increasing.
Yes, because kahan gaya? Theta is increasing with time, and also it is increasing. If alpha becomes negative, then
But
theta
how
will
can it
be
is
decreasing, right? If alpha becomes negative, that's why alpha cannot be negative. Okay.
Yes.
So similarly, this cannot also be correct. Only these two values are correct. So that's the end of our discussion. So if you have any doubt, you can please ask.
Bhaiya, show us the last slide, please.
Last slide. Okay. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Ask me.
Bhaiya,
Huh.
Bhaiya, can you explain these graphs like r and theta? We draw spiral graph r equals to a theta. Can you explain how we draw between r and theta? These graphs, any method like that?
Between r and theta. Between r and theta, it will be very simple, right? If you put r and theta, then it should be straight line because it's proportional to r and theta. We are writing in xy plane. We are actually choosing xy plane. Okay. Now, suppose initially at theta equal to 0, r is also 0, theta equal to 0. Then you increase theta a little bit. So your r should also increase. See, let me draw here x and y. So this is particle's position, and this is called theta. And theta should always be increasing. Okay. So definitely the particle should have some rotation. It should move like this. Now, because as you increase theta, your radius would also increase. That's why the particle position actually is this r value is increasing from the origin. That's why the shape becomes this. To be precise, the figure should look like this. Okay, increasing. ऐसे बढ़ते ही रहेगा. It will ऐसे करके बढ़ते ही रहेगा. यहाँ पे this values look similar. This values look equal, but this is not correct. So it should be increasing only. Is this what you asked, or I misunderstood your question? Are you there?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Is this what you wanted to ask, or?
Yes. Like if there are some other quantity like here was r equals to a theta. Now if we change those graphs and there are some
You can also have like this, right? R is equal to a theta square. Then your radius will increase even more faster than this.
Okay.
This is also a square. This is also a spiral equation, but your radius will now increase more faster than the previous one. You just have to visualize, okay? You don't have to worry for the exact scaling and all. You will not be asked to draw these things. You have to visualize these things, how to visualize these equations. You can relate it with this, right? If you have r is equal to a theta and r is equal to a theta square, you can see that this r should be even increasing faster than this equation.
Yes.
Bhaja, will it also be spiral?
Yes, it will also be spiral because here also if you increase theta, r should be increasing, but r is increasing with theta in the quadratical way. Here r
So
and
we can
theta are
say
linear.
so here the gaps between the spirals will be large as compared to a theta.
Yes, yes, exactly. So if this is r is equal to a theta, then this will become, or maybe it will cross here, it will become even bigger.
Got it.
I had a doubt in the Coriolis force.
Hmm.
Wouldn't it be 4a alpha theta?
4a alpha theta. Look, theta dot square. Theta dot square is 2 alpha theta. Oh, yes, yes, exactly. Thank you, yeah. Thank you so much. Because theta dot square is equal to 2 alpha theta. So I missed this 2. So it should be 4a alpha theta. Thank you.